Friends, we're back. It's a new year. It's 2025. Happy New Year to all of you guys. I feel like I haven't spoken to you in a long time, even though you have seen a video of me every single week. I took almost 2 weeks off of filming and doing anything for my small business just now because I feel like I kind of burnt myself out a little bit with my holiday markets and all of the craziness that was going on there. But now it's the new year and I feel ready to get back into my small business. And to do that, I wanted to do a little bit of a recap for my small business in 2024 and then also do a little bit of goal setting and talking about my vision for 2025 for my small business. So let's get into that. So if you've not seen me before, hi, my name is Veronica and I run a small business called loopingteddys where I sell crocheted plushies and lots of other fun handmade items. And I've been running my small business for almost 1 year now. I started my business on January 17th in 2024. So my 1 year business anniversary is coming up in just a little bit. It's just over 2 weeks for me now. And honestly, I couldn't have guessed where I am currently with my small business. When I started it, I really just wanted to sell a couple of plushies, make some money back for all of the supplies that I was using, and I would have never guessed what my small business has grown into in less than a year. And I'm so grateful for that. And I've actually written down a couple of notes that I want to talk about in today's video for the whole recap portion. So as I said before, when I started my small business, I basically had in mind that I wanted to attend a market. I had already picked out a market, an Easter market that I was going to go to, and I just wanted to make a couple of sales, make back a little bit of money on the supplies that I had already purchased, and then I would just kind of wanted to see and go from there. I had already started my Instagram account before I started my small business just because I was falling really in love with making plushies. And if you're not a crocheter yourself and you are not in the crochet Instagram bubble yourself, it's honestly such a wholesome space and I just wanted to be a part of that. So that is why I started my Instagram account at the end of 2023 before starting my business, and I actually had a different name back then for my Instagram account. So my original account was Crochet Studio and I changed that in January to loopingteddys because that is my business name, and that was that for me. So that was the first thing that I started in my business, was actually my Instagram account that I then changed to my business Instagram account. And that was how the whole business started. I didn't really have a plan on where I was going with my business. I just wanted to attend a couple of markets because I had seen a lot of other people online do that and it looked kind of fun. So I wanted to try that out myself. So my first market was on March 16th and 17th. And right before that, I had the idea to actually start this YouTube channel. I don't really know what got me there. I know a lot of people growing up wanted to start YouTube channels but never ended up doing that. Personally, for me, that was never something that I really wanted to do, but for some reason I just really wanted to document this whole small business journey and it really got me going and I really wanted to start this channel. Also, I had just quit my first ever job and my next job wasn't starting until April, so I had a whole month of just working on my small business and doing all the fun stuff that I wanted to do. So I had a lot more time then, and I thought, what better time than now to start something like a YouTube channel and just try out if I like that kind of stuff. And I uploaded my first YouTube video on March 1st, and it was a video about market prepping, or everything I had prepped for my first market in March. And I actually gained quite a lot of subscribers from that video, which really kept me going. So ever since then, I've not missed an upload. I have uploaded a video every single week since March 1st. So that is where I stayed really consistent. And let's get into all of the social media recap first, I guess, because I'm already kind of talking about that. So for YouTube, as I said, I am really consistent with that and I actually enjoy making these videos for you and just sitting down and kind of talking about my small business. It is a challenge at times because, first of all, English is not my first language, so it's kind of difficult for me sometimes to figure out the right words, and just speaking in general in a different language than your mother tongue is challenging at times, and it sometimes takes me quite a while to figure out the exact sentence I want to convey over to you. But still, I wanted to start my channel in English just because I knew that it would reach a lot more people than if I were to do that in German. And I kind of wanted to challenge myself with that as well. And I feel like it has really helped me improve my English. Just speaking in a different language every day is kind of good for me. So I really like that and I really want to keep that up. And sometimes it is also a struggle to find the time to film and edit my videos. Right now, I recently upgraded to this camera and I am loving it because right now it's actually pretty dark outside and I can still film this video and you can kind of see me still. I started out in March when I was filming on my phone, my iPhone 12 mini, and I was filming with the front-facing camera the whole time because I kind of needed to see myself and to see if I was like placed in the right spot in the camera, and that was such a struggle. So I ended up borrowing a friend's old camera in around like September, October-ish. That was when my video quality improved greatly at the first time, and then only recently I made this big purchase and I got this camera. This is the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I got it on Black Friday, so it was on sale for a pretty good deal, and I honestly love this camera so much. Like, the quality has improved so much, and yeah, it was just a great purchase for my small business and improving all of the content that I do. But honestly, over the course of the year, YouTube has been my favorite form of content creation. I much prefer longer form videos over making reels and shorts and stuff like that. So I really enjoy just sitting down, talking to the camera, taking you guys along for my weeks of working on my small business, and also for the market vlogs. They are honestly my favorite to make and to film and to edit and also to watch from other people. So YouTube has really become my favorite form of content creation throughout this year. I also got monetized on YouTube after around 3 months of making videos, so in the beginning of June, and that has been such a huge accomplishment. I currently don't get paid super much by YouTube, but still it's another form of revenue for my business, and I could definitely share a lot more about that if you guys are interested in that in a separate video on like how much YouTube pays me for each video and stuff like that. So that has been adding to my overall small business income. But I also have an Instagram, so I had quite a lot of success on Instagram at the beginning of the year. Around like January, February was when I was super active. I had one video go viral. It has around like 8.5 million views on that, but I've not really seen a lot of substantial growth from that video. I'm sitting at around 3,100 followers on Instagram, and it's been that way since like May. So my Instagram grew a lot at the beginning of the year and then it kind of fell off. And I'm also honestly not very consistent with Instagram right now. I'm kind of at a loss on what I want to do about my Instagram for the new year. I'm kind of struggling because I want it to be a business Instagram, but also, if I'm really honest, I don't really know how to create content for that. So I have a lot of struggles about making the right type of content for reaching actual customers for me and not just fellow crochet business owners, because I don't write patterns. So that is when you want to reach other crochet business owners to find your patterns, but that is not what I do in my small business. I sell finished plushies most of the time, so I want to reach customers, and more specifically, I want to reach customers in my area, so in Germany, because I currently only ship to Germany, so I want to reach customers there. And I am kind of like at a loss on what to do with my Instagram, because my Instagram, just like my YouTube channel, is in English, and I don't know if I reach the right people with that right now. So I've been thinking quite a lot about my Instagram and if I should actually make a new Instagram for the new year and kind of like kill off the old one, because I would really like to reach customers, but I'm not entirely decided on that yet. I really need to think a bit more on that, but one of my goals for 2025 is to focus more on short form content and kind of growing my actual business and business marketing on Instagram. I'm currently not on TikTok. I haven't decided yet if I should get on TikTok. I know that there's like talk about it being banned in the US. I'm not based in the US, but still I think it will have a big impact on us if the US is no longer on TikTok. So I'm not really sure. Also, TikTok kind of scares me. I'm 26 years old and I feel like I'm too old for TikTok. It kind of like freaks me out for some reason, but I should probably really get into that. So I might look into that for the new year and kind of set up a business TikTok account as well, with starting my new Instagram account. But more on that, I will take you guys along if that happens and when that happens, so you will be updated on that and my new social media journey. But for YouTube, I kind of want to keep it up the same way that I've been doing this year. I still work 32 hours a week in my day job. So since October, I've had Fridays off and had Fridays to work on my small business full time, which is honestly so much fun. It's so good for me because it gives me less stress and less worries during the week, because I know that I can get quite a lot of work done on Fridays and then realistically also on Saturdays, but it gives me less stress during the week when I'm actually working my other job as well. But since I'm still working 4 days a week, I will keep up my YouTube schedule the same for next year, so 1 video a week. And whatever short form content I manage to make, I usually repost to my YouTube just to have it on more platforms. Okay, so now after talking about social media for quite a while and kind of like my achievements and my goals for that, let's get into my big thing that I do in my business, which is markets. So in 2024, that is when I started doing markets. As I said before, my first market was in March and my last market was mid-December. And throughout 2024, I attended 14 market events, and some of them were more than 1 day. I had a couple of 2-day and 1 3-day market event. So I ended up doing a total of 23 market days, which is kind of crazy. But honestly, I realized that I love doing markets, and I've been looking at signing up for markets for 2025 for a while already, and I've actually picked out around 20 markets already that I want to attend next year. I've learned quite a lot from attending my markets this year. I've found some events that I will not be going back to next year, and then I found a lot of great events that I will be attending next year again as well. And then I still found a couple of markets that I've never attended before, but I really want to try out for the new year. So what I learned about markets is that it really depends on the time of year, and I've honestly had the most fun at my holiday markets that I attended recently. I did 4 holiday markets this year and they were honestly so much fun, and some of them were my best markets ever. So I have learned from that, and my big goal for 2025 for markets is to attend at least 1 week of holiday markets. So I want to sign up for a whole week of one of the holiday markets that I attended this year, and then possibly do a couple more small markets next year as well, because holiday markets are really where it's at. I think that I will attend less markets during the summer. I attended a couple of markets this year in the summer, like July, August, September, and they were some of my worst markets of the year. So I would really like to focus my efforts more on the holiday markets and use the summer months to kind of prep for those and kind of get myself ready to sell even more during the holiday season next year than I did this year. Because at the end of my holiday season this year, I was kind of struggling to keep up with inventory. So I would really like to take the slower market season, attend less markets or even like no markets at all during that season, and focus my efforts on the last 3 months of the year because they were pretty good for me. I also want to attend more markets in general, which I think that I will achieve. I already have marked out quite a lot of markets on this calendar that I want to attend. And another goal for my markets for next year is that I want to attend a couple of bigger markets. So I think that probably the biggest market is going to be the 1 week of holiday market, but I also want to attend a couple of bigger markets during the year, a couple of 3-day markets or like bigger 2-day events that have more elaborate setups and all of that stuff. So I really want to get into those and try it out, how the feel is different from like your regular weekend 1-day event, and kind of see what is better for me. So I'm really excited to hopefully get into some of the bigger markets and try those out for myself, but we will see if we get into any of those at all. I'm certainly trying. I'm already signing up for lots of Easter markets right now. From like mid-March till like mid-April, I have picked out a couple of Easter events that I would really like to attend there. So we will see all about that. And yeah, markets is really where I make most of my sales in my small business. I just did a quick calculation, and actually 90% of my revenue for this year came from market events. So that is definitely where the heart of my business is set at. So I'm really looking forward to some great markets next year. But still, I have a couple of other goals for 2025 for my other revenue streams. I also sell my plushies online on Etsy. I have been trying to build that up. My Etsy is honestly not super successful. I think I've sold 30 items on there this year, so not all that many, but still it's growing. I've had a big increase of orders throughout December, and I'm hoping to keep that up throughout the new year. And I actually want and need to upload a lot more of my plushies and also of my other types of products. I've been kind of lacking on that. I also want to improve my product pictures for Etsy and kind of like go over my whole Etsy and kind of revamp that in the new year. So that is one of my big goals, to not focus more on online sales, because I know that markets are the heart of my business, but kind of try to increase my online sales. I also want to build my own website. Not sure if that will be an online shop or just like a landing page for all of my links, more like that. I'm not entirely sure about that. I would really like to have a bigger online presence even more and kind of try and increase my Etsy and online sales overall. I'm not entirely sure what I will be doing with custom orders. I've currently closed them for the winter season. I am not 100% decided yet if I will reopen them, because they turned out to be some of my least profitable orders overall. So right now I'm currently thinking that for 2025 I will focus on my online store, whether it will be Etsy or if I switch over to anything else instead of focusing on custom orders for now, but that is subject to change. I'm not entirely decided on that point, but I would really like to increase my online sales for next year and kind of get a couple of repeat customers, either from markets or from online sales, to come back to my sites and shop again with me. So that is one of my big goals for next year. Okay, and then finally, something else that I want to talk about are my types of products and my goals for the new year for that. So if you've been here before, you probably know that I started out by selling crochet plushies. And over the course of the year, I've added a lot of other types of products into my small business. First of all, I started doing crocheted wristlets, and they have been increasing in sales quite a lot throughout the year. So I definitely got the whole marketing and displaying of those down and package them nicely, that people are more likely to pick them up at my markets. I would really like to get them online as well. I currently don't sell them online, which is probably not a good idea. I really would like to get them up on my Etsy site as well and market them on there as well. So I really like my wristlets. I will try to increase sales on them. I've actually had a wholesale inquiry for those. So that is actually one of my other 2025 goals, is to get into wholesale. Probably not for my plushies, because the profit margin on those is actually not all that great. And for wholesale, it's typically custom to sell them for half the price that you would retail them for yourself. And for my crochet plushies, that is just something that is not possible with the current profit margin that I have on those. So I would really like to focus on wholesale for my other types of products. So my wristlets, my scrunchies, my cards, and stuff like that. So after I added in my wristlets, I started doing some satin scrunchies, and they have not been a huge success, to be honest, but I only sewed up one color, and then I got too busy with all of the other types of products in my small business that I actually ended up never sewing the rest of them. So they were kind of a very small part of my small business in 2024, but for 2025 I would really like to get the rest of the fabric that I currently have stored back there sewn up into scrunchies and kind of figure out a way to display them in a better way so that people are more inclined to pick up my scrunchies. So that is one of the goals for my scrunchies. So after my scrunchies, I ended up incorporating some home decor items for the winter season, and they have been doing actually pretty well. They're nowhere near the sales of my plushies, but still I've made a quite decent profit on them. But still, the home decor items are something that I kind of want to change up for the new year. They were kind of like a new experiment for the fall and winter season, and now I kind of know what does well and what doesn't do well, and I want to improve on that and kind of figure out some new products for the new year. I'm going to be cryptic about this right now because I don't want to spoil any of the fun for the new year, but I have lots of other product types and products in mind that I would really like to develop in the new year. I've actually started doing some testing for that during my 2-week break, and I'm super excited about all of that, but that will be coming over the course of the next couple of months when I figure out all of these new products and all of this new stuff. I'm honestly super excited to be developing my business even further, and as one of my goals is to get into wholesale at all, I want to figure out products and product types that will be suitable for that. So that is one of my big goals for 2025, and we will have lots of new products in my small business for then. So I guess stay tuned for that and stay excited for that. There's lots of stuff coming. And then the final type of product that I introduced into my small business this year were holiday greeting cards, and they actually did pretty well. I ordered way too many of them, so I've not made a profit on them yet, but I still have quite a lot of them left over. So by the next year, I won't have to spend any money on holiday cards, and I can still sell them next year during the holiday season. And actually they were so much fun to have in my booth that I will be designing some more seasonal cards for like Easter, but also like non-seasonal greeting cards and birthday cards and stuff like that, just to have some in my booth at all of my markets throughout the year as well. So that is my goal for that type of product. So lots of product development going on behind the scenes right now, and I will be taking you guys along for that in a lot of new videos this year. So that's all about the products in my small business. And then finally, I have one more big goal for my small business for 2025, which is to get my own crafting space. And that has been quite a long time coming. So as you know, I'm currently sitting in my living room, which also doubles as my crafting space. I have a tiny little 4-foot or 1.20 meter desk as my whole crafting space setup, and throughout especially the fall and the winter season, I have now officially outgrown this space. It's becoming very cluttered. I have so many packages coming in with supplies and displays for my booth and all of that stuff. So I just don't have the space in my living room anymore to store and work efficiently while also being able to actually live in my living room. So I've been looking into getting a studio space for looping teddies and to kind of like shift my business out of our apartment. And there is also lots of exciting stuff coming there. I will not spoil that for you. There's lots of interesting developments behind the scenes currently. Nothing is set in stone right now, but I will be taking you guys along for that in a bit of time when everything is set and we actually have a space to move into. So that is one of the biggest projects for next year, is to move into my own studio space and to run my own studio apart from my own apartment and my living room. So that has been such a big goal for months now, and now I finally focused more on that during my 2-week break, and that is something that is coming up very soon, and I hope you guys stay tuned for that. I just wanted to take a short little moment at the end of this video to thank you guys for being here. Honestly, my whole small business journey and experience has blown me out of the water. It's so much fun for me. It's better than I ever imagined, and I thank you so much for watching my videos, supporting my channel, supporting my Instagram, my shop, anything that you're doing. It's honestly helping me out so much, and I'm very grateful that you are here, and I can't wait to have another great year with you guys and sharing my journey with running my small business. So thank you for watching this video all the way until the end, and I will see you guys next week in another video. So until then, bye!